Star Wars is one of the biggest media franchises on the planet, and I've been obsessed with the movies, games, and TV shows ever since I was a kid. The characters, worlds, and drama have inspired countless other stories, and naturally, my games of D&D have pulled from a galaxy far, far away on more than one occasion. But for Dungeon Masters, I think there's even more we can learn about world building and storytelling from Star Wars that can be directly applied to our campaigns. So in honor of Star Wars Day, here are 5 lessons we can take from the original trilogy to make our sessions even better. Special thanks to John from Double Crit Fail for helping me edit this one. More from him later, but for now, let's get started. When you first start DMing, so many people get overwhelmed by the prospect of world building, coming up with an entire setting filled to the brim with history, cultures, kingdoms, and locations. There's this idea that if your setting doesn't have layers upon layers of depths, you failed. So let's look at Star Wars, one of the most inspiring and dominant franchises of all time. The government is an empire called the Galactic Empire. They face off with rebels who are known as the Rebel Alliance, and they battle in such incredible places as Sand Planet, Snow Planet, Cloud Planet, Forest Moon. When you really break it down, the world building in Star Wars, at least before Wikipedia and a billion books existed, is pretty shallow. But what makes it work are all the little details. The gritty cantinas, lightsabers, mouse droids, even Ewoks. It's the details that our main characters interact with that make the galaxy feel rich and alive, not notes George Lucas wrote about things from 1,000 years ago. So when doing your own world building, try not to sweat the big details as much. They'll come in time, because the things that will be most important to your players are often much smaller. The morality of Star Wars is pretty black and white. Jedi good, Sith bad. Light side is awesome, dark side is evil. Rebels fight for justice, Empire protects injustice. Sure, the characters struggle with their own inner demons, Luke, Han Solo, Darth Vader, but the main bad guy looks like this and shoots lightning out of his fingertips. Not exactly subtle. And yet, the story still feels incredibly satisfying. Because sometimes it's nice to see good triumph over evil. We live in a world where almost everything exists in shades of gray. The bad guys are really the good guys, depending on who you ask or what you believe. Star Wars offers something much simpler, and that makes the highs of victory and lows of defeat hit harder, because you know unequivocally who to root for. Like with world building, I think DMs can get lost in the sauce a little bit when thinking about their plots and villains. They worry that a necromancer trying to take over the world is too cliche, or an evil empire for the players to rail against feels cartoony. And I'm not saying you should never have moral complexity in your games, but it's also nice to just slay a dragon because it's an evil dragon sometimes. For a lot of people, D&D, like Star Wars, is an escape, and there's a reason those cliche bad guys are still effective. Sometimes letting your players be the undisputed heroes of the story and remembering to make your villains truly villains will feel a lot more exciting and memorable than if the party is constantly questioning what they've done. Don't make the guy with the lightning hands redeemable, just let him chuck him into a reactor shaft. Throughout his journey, Luke has a number of powerful mentors who train him in the ways of the Jedi. Old Ben Kenobi travels with him to the Death Star, helping him take his first step into a larger world. On Dagobah, Yoda makes Luke confront his own doubts and inner darkness, while expanding his mind to the possibilities of the Force. They're both strong Jedi who could easily help the rebellion solve a lot of their problems. So what happens to them? Ben dies on the Death Star, killed by Darth Vader, and Yoda just sort of chills on a swamp planet the whole time, and then he dies too. Thanks, gentlemen, big help. But that's the point. They're here to support the main characters, not overshadow them. Too often, Dungeon Masters will introduce powerful NPCs and then have them solve all the party's problems, taking over in combat, making important decisions, and ultimately sidelining the player characters. Your NPCs should be helping the party shine, not taking up the spotlight. So take a page from Star Wars and keep them on the bench. The old wizard who runs the Magic Guild can't go get the Staff of Plot Relevance because he's sick or stuck doing research or is testing the party. And if they do need to be involved, maybe send them on a different adventure off screen while the party tackles their own challenge. The wizard can say, turn off the tractor beam, and the party can save the princess, aka the new awesome PC you're introducing this session. Before we move on, I think I'm getting a transmission. Sorry, who is this?
Bard's College. Months ago, you joined me and some other dungeon tubers in a game of 10 candles.
Oh, it's just John, the incredible dungeon tuber over at Double Crit Fail. Yeah, man, that game was super fun. What's up?
Now I beg you to help in my struggle against the algorithm. I regret that I can't present this request to you in person, but my channel has fallen under attack, and I'm afraid my mission to bring my viewers to your channel has failed.
What? No, man. This is the collab right now, like it's still happening. When they're done here, these folks can all go watch the Star Wars video you made. It's really great, just like all your content. And you can send some people my way too. Remember? We talked about this.
I have placed information vital to our survival into the memory systems of this R2 unit. You'll know how to retrieve it.
This is just a flash drive that says sexy goblins on it. Are you sure you sent me the right thing?
You must see this information safely delivered to our viewers. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Bard's College. You're my only hope. Now, how do I turn off this hologram?
Yeah, I'm not putting this in my laptop, but I will give John a huge thank you. He literally edited this video, and I wouldn't have been able to make it without him. So give him some love and subscribe to Double Crit Fail. If you love D&D and other tabletop games, you won't regret it. Alright, back to the list. The Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie. Bold take, I know. And one of the things I love about it is how the heroes really go through it. The base on Hoth is destroyed. Han is frozen in carbonite. Luke gets his hand chopped off and then learns that was his father's way of parenting. By the end of the movie, the villains have banked some pretty significant wins. And yet, the heroes keep going, hoping for a brighter future. It can be tempting to pull your punches when running D&D, to always let the players win, but ultimately, when every victory is guaranteed, they feel a lot less significant. So let the party run from battles. Have the villains swoop in and steal what they've worked hard for. Kill off that beloved NPC. You don't have to always make them fail, that'll get stale too, but if the party never suffers defeat, the game will start to lose stakes. So don't be afraid to follow through when the players stumble, and punish them when they make mistakes, because it'll make their victories even more rewarding. Let's be honest, the lightsaber duels of the original trilogy aren't exactly fast-paced. The choreography and technology definitely show their age. But every time I watch, even knowing the flashier battles that are to come, I can't help but get pulled in, because those fights aren't just about crazy moves and cool weapons, they're deeply personal conflicts. Obi-Wan facing his former pupil, knowing that he probably won't walk away, but has to buy time. Luke facing his fears and taking on Vader, only to lose and learn the devastating truth. The Emperor goading his past and potentially future apprentices to tap into the dark side. For what they lack in visual excitement, these duels make up for in emotional weight. Every battle in your campaign doesn't have to be between a father and son or have crazy emotional depths. But the more personal the fights feel, the more invested your players will get. No random goblin encounter will be able to match the paladin facing their fallen master, or the party fighting to save their favorite town. So find ways to make your encounters personal. Your villains will be more hateable, your combat's more exciting, and your players will be more engaged. Star Wars will always be a huge inspiration for me in my games, but I hope this video could help you draw lessons for your own campaigns from the movies I love. Another huge thanks to John for editing this video. It's one I've wanted to do for a long time, but could never have accomplished on my own. So check out Double Crit Fail in his own Star Wars Day video. You're gonna love it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this one, leaving a like is always appreciated. If you want to see more, you should subscribe to the Bard's College. I make videos all about D&D, DMing, and everything in between, so stick around. But for now, good luck, and remember, crit your players.